Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon and welcome. Those of you watching on Flow Racing. I'm Ben Dodge and we are staging the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour for a special presentation. They call it the Duel at the Dogs. 200 laps of flat-out racing. The best in the business are assembled and ready in preparation for an event. Yesterday afternoon, Mother Nature zapped us. We had about 3/4 of the field under the clock, but the fastest cars in the house did not have the opportunity to test their skills and try their talent. Well, that was then. Then, through the efforts of Brian Vance, Jimmy Wilson, Josh Venata, and JDV Productions, they were able to restructure this afternoon's program. Here on Father's Day, as we say hello and salute all the dads that are watching with us right here in the grandstand and at home on Flow Racing. Because today, these cars are being lined up in the order that they determined how they were supposed to come out and attempt to take time. So this is the order of the scuff session that determined their starting order for their time trials, and it'll change the entire complexion of the event. You know why? Because nobody knew what to anticipate or what was going to happen. Just about every weatherman in the country said yesterday afternoon there was a slim chance of an early morning shower, no chance of an afternoon or evening rain. Well, like usual, it was a whole different deal. Because when the rain came up, guess what? The conditions changed drastically. And the management and JDV Productions and the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour officials were forced to go to Plan B. As these individuals and competitors are staging on the front straightaway, the drivers will be getting out of their cars and standing next to the right front wheel. But as you look down towards turn number 1, you will see perhaps the most important individuals besides the drivers themselves. What do I mean by all of this? These are the crew members, and these are the owners, and these are the backstage people that, well, they seldom get to stand under the limelight and be seen, because their job has done, well, it's done behind the curtain, we'll say. So those individuals down there, we will be saluting in just a few short moments. And then there is a third member of the JDV Productions group for the Whelen Modified Tour, and those are the spotters, the extra eyes, and in some cases, the extra ears, as those individuals will guide their driver to the front of the field for one of the most prestigious and unique, and I emphasize the point, unique, for one of the most prestigious and unique presentations of an award. It's a Bulldog, it's Mad Dog, and how appropriate for the Duel of the Dogs. 200 circuits on a quarter-mile racetrack, and now you can see the crew members, the spotters are positioned directly in their location as well. And these crew members will be lined up with the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour inspectors, and we will, in just a couple of moments, commence with the starting lineup for this afternoon's event. So the final cars are located in, and as we can see, the crew members coming out, each and every one of the cars that are staged on the front straightaway here will have an individual that will assist, check tire pressures, and prepare for the event. The rest of the crew members will be staged, as we said, in turn number 1 to the top side of the racetrack. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pride and honor, on behalf of JDV Productions, that we present the starting lineup for the Duel at the Dog 200. Ladies and gentlemen, scheduled to start back in the 25th position. This talented female driver is a multiple most popular driver, the Pine Knoll Auto Sales Machine. Give a rousing round of applause for car number 01 from Wakefield, New Hampshire, Melissa Fifield. Row number 12 to the outside. It'll be car number 26, an independent runner in the Lakeland Landscape TRC electric machine. From Ronkonkoma, New York, ladies and gentlemen, car number 26 for Gary McDonald. 23rd starter is the story of an independent runner. Last Minute Racing brings us a driver out of New Haven, Connecticut. Would you welcome car number 78 for Walter Sutcliffe Jr. 11 rows back to the outside. This gentleman is sitting behind the wheel of car number 71. He's new to the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, but already he has secured some impressive honors, and among them being the Hoosier Tire Most Improved Award. Driving the Freeway Tire Pros, Wicklow and Lorano, number 71, from Wharton, New Jersey, it is James Pritchard Jr. 21st starting position, it will be the number 54. This gentleman got off to a tough start in practice. They had to change the rear end of the car, but they came back stronger than ever. He has been on a tear in the FX Capera Power and Construction number 54. From Ontario, New York, would you welcome Tommy Catalano. 10 rows back to the outside, it'll be car number 18. He's a familiar name in the Bowie One Seafood Restaurant, Beard's Automotive Machine. From Calverton, Long Island, New York, the Tingloff Insurance car, car number 18 for Ken Heggie. In the 19th starting position, it's one of the locals, making his rookie appearance on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Driving the Maurice Enterprises Gamarlo Supermarket Machine. He's a former New Hampshire state champion, and he won just about everything in 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sunapee, New Hampshire, car number 25 for Brian Roby. In the 18th starting position, we have a driver's change. The John Beluit Enterprises Primary Services Group machine. It is driven today from Walcott, Connecticut. Ladies and gentlemen, he won on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. Would you welcome Michael Christopher Jr. 17th starter in the field, anything without fenders. He can get the job done. The Middlesex number 79. From Chelmsford, Massachusetts, the one, the only, John McKennedy. Now moving 8 rows back, starting position number 16. He too is considered a rookie. Driving the Jax Racing competition engine, Rick Rack Harley Davidson parts car. Ladies and gentlemen, from Stonington, Connecticut, car 47 for Jacob Perry. 15th starter on the grid, another, well, he's a third generation driver, the Dells Electric, Andrew James Interior Lemire Electric Machine. Mike Murphy, the Irishman, owns the automobile. Ronnie Uhouse is the crew chief. From Northampton, Pennsylvania, would you welcome car number 64 for Austin Beers. 14th starting position, it is car number 07, the Captain Pibb Marina Hideaway car. Legendary Jan Leedy is the crew chief. Would you welcome from Orchard Park, New York, car number 07 for Patrick Emmerling. Lucky starting position number 13 will see car number 22, the Chateau Performance MIT Munns Auto Car. Cam McDermott prepares this winning race car. From Bayshore, New York, car number 22 for Kyle Bonsignor. 6 rows back to the outside. This is another individual that has come on strong. Driving car number 34. The Red Camel Racing, John's Fuel, John's Tree Removals, number 34. From Holtsville, New York, would you welcome J.B. Fortin. In the 11th starting position, he started the season in an open event victory in Florida. The Horton Avenue Materials, Danny Septics, number 82. Danny Watts owns the automobile. From Miller Place, New York, would you welcome Craig Lutz. One of the other outstanding rookies that impressed everybody at Lee USA. He'll drive the familiar Bowler Racing Enterprises, Propane Plus, Lynn's Propane Trucks, Jan Bowler, number 3. The Greg Fournier prepared car. Ladies and gentlemen, remember this name. It is Jake Johnson. In the 9th starting position, he too has always shown well here at the High Banks. The Empower Financial Advisory, RB Enterprises, number 50. From Ellington, Connecticut, the Adam Scavora prepared race car for Ronnie Williams. Now moving into the top 8. Car number 58 will be next. That's the GAF Roofing, Riverhead Building Supply, Edgar Goodale, Jason Shepard car. Ladies and gentlemen, this driver and this car can get the job done. From Riverhead, New York, would you welcome Eric Goodale. In the 7th starting position, he came from drag racing, transitioned to oval, and he's done impressively well. Driving the Grasso prepared KGM Zapienza Enterprises, number 36. From Riverhead, Long Island, New York, give a nice round of applause for Dave Zapienza. Top 6 drivers, car number 7, the famed 7 New York. That is the Stewart's Automotive, Florida Connection, Tom Baldwin Racing Enterprises machine. Ladies and gentlemen, a 6-time champion and one of the best wheelmen in modified racing. Starting 6 is car number 7 New York for Doug Kobe. In the 5th starting position, it will be car number 06. That is the Denison Lubricants, Powell Stone Gravel car. From Westminster, Mass. He's won before here. Would you welcome car number 06 for Sammy Ramo. 4th starting position, it's car number 16. Driving the Blue Mountain Machine, Future Homes, number 16. Phil Moran is the crew chief who creates the magic for the talented former champion from Norwalk, Connecticut, car number 16 for Ronnie Silk. And the 3rd starter, he's been there and done that. He started with a victory and he surprised some folks, but who could be surprised? They call him Big Money Matt. He'll be starting in the 3rd starting position. The PD Motorsports Call Your Trucking Company machine. From Northampton, Pennsylvania, would you welcome car number 60 for Big Money Matt Hirschman. And now let's meet the men in the front row. You might think this is a surprise, but if you've been here for weekly racing, you know it's not the case. Ladies and gentlemen, one of Monadnock's best young talents, sitting behind the wheel of the Apex Camarlo Supermarket machine. Ladies and gentlemen, he is driving the Phillips design car from Bennington, New Hampshire, car number 76 for Matt Kimball. And now, let's meet the man at the point. He's the former and defending champion, sitting behind the wheel of car number 51. Ryan Stone prepares the Ken Massey machine for the Phoenix Communication Group. From Holtsville, New York, ladies and gentlemen, starting in position number 1, car 51 for Justin Bonsignor. And ladies and gentlemen, I ask you at this time to make some noise for all of those individuals that are staged proudly on behalf of JDV Production and the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. These are the crew members. These are the owners. These are our special, well, our very, very special men that'll work behind the scenes here. Give them a nice round of applause, if you would, please. And then direct your attention to the back and the top row of the grandstand here, just directly across from the 34, the 82 and 22. These are the spotters that'll help guide their drivers to the front of the field. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Guys, give everybody a wave, if you would, please. And now we direct our attention trackside for the meeting and, of course, Andy Austin and today's honorary starter and Grand Marshal.
Yes, we have met the drivers, the crews, we have met the spotters, we have talked to all of you guys who have participated for this event to get underway. Soft style. Come on up. We have some official starters. We have not met Riley. We have not met Bella. We have not met Nick. We have not met Chris. And on the count of together, 1, 2, 3.
There's nothing like it, the sound of mighty horsepower. Today's event, presented in part by JDV, the duel at the dogs. Big money on the line in perhaps one of the most unique presentations as each and every one of the JDV events have been. As the engines are fired up, they'll soon pull from the starting grid. We have another member of our broadcast team that'll be covering the action on pit road. She is nationally known, and here at Monadnock Speedway, pit road is not staged before you. It is literally in the paddock area itself. Covering the action for Flow Racing this afternoon is Jesse Punch. NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour presentation this afternoon. Jimmy Wilson, the man at the helm of this ship. Spotters are checking with their drivers. Drivers getting strapped in. And there's a beautiful shot of our entire field of mighty modifieds. Yesterday afternoon, they came here to qualify under the clock, but the rains, well, dampened all of that. Final check with race control. The fans came out in full force today. It is Father's Day. There was one competitor that did not make the starting grid today because of family commitments. He too is a former standout and champion, multiple champion here. It is Todd Patno. Headed down the back straightaway. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you've come to see. The oldest division in NASCAR. There's nothing like it. When they run, you can feel the ground shake beneath your feet. And for 200 circuits on a quarter mile, you are about to witness one of the most exciting events, the duel at the dogs for the 200-lap program. Great shot of the men in the front row a youngster who came here to the High Banks. His father was a former New Hampshire state champion, sitting behind the wheel of car number 76. A local businessman, Gamarlo, right here in the Swansea, New Hampshire area, invested in this car for this young man. Inside, the story of this car. He's perhaps led as many laps as anyone this season, the Phoenix number 51. But he hasn't had the luck. Ryan Stone prepares a rocket each and every time by. That's row number one. Look a little further back at the second row. Winner of the very, very first event of the year, Matt Hirschman, that number 60 car. And outside, Ronnie Silk with car number 16. Back in the third row, Doug Colby to the outside, Sammy Ramo. He's a youngster's won here on many an occasion. Car number 06, the Dennison machine. Family owned and operated race car. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody up and out of your seats. Come on, get up. Let's make some noise. Let's give them a big wave off. Wave your hats, anything you got. Those JDV souvenirs, as we salute the men and women of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. The fans waving and ready. 200 circuits. Nobody knows what to expect. For some of these competitors, they have had no opportunity to run more than just practice laps. Or maybe some were lucky enough to run a couple of laps under the clock. The pace truck will pull away from the starting grid. Beautiful Mount Monadnock, the setting in the background. Justin Bonsignor and the youngster, Matt Kimball, in the front row. Down into turn number 3. Get ready, ladies and gentlemen, for the howl of the duel at the dog from the high banks of Monadnock Speedway. We are under green. Down in turn 1 first, it is Justin Bonsignor, car number 51. But already, the Kimball number 76 car, stuck on the outside. That's the Spirit of America car. As he gets literally passed on the inside, Sam Ramo moves car number 06 into the third spot. A little further back. Some side-by-side racing already. As Kimball forced to back out of it, car number 50, the Empower Financial Group car, is already starting to make some noise. Meanwhile, drift further back with that battle with the 50 and the number 82, the Dan Watts race car, for the man they nicknamed the Lunch Cracker. So far, anybody that goes to the outside seems to have a problem. You've got to get to the bottom of the racetrack. 5 laps and counting. Ryan Stone got his fingers crossed because he's had a fast race car, car number 51, for every event. Now they're shifting back in the field to the Charles Lewandowski sponsored car that is already starting to make its presence known in the mid-pack of cars. That is the number 22 machine. And now, car 34. Bottom of your screen, right-hand side. Just got a shot to the back bumper. That is J.B. Fortin. Here's Ronnie Williams. As Kimball has been able to go from the outside to the inside. The all-race machine. work. He can't get the job done. Meanwhile, another good battle right there directly in front of him. As things start to get dicey, Melissa Fifield, car number 01, lapped automobile on the bottom of the racetrack. As the outside lane starts to cook up, white number 64 car to the left of your seat. Green. That is Austin Beers. Melissa Fifield spun to the inside of the front straightaway. Keep your eyes on the young and talented Austin Beers. Now let's go back to the front of the field. Car 51. The Phoenix Machine. Now anybody that's watched a Whelen Modified Tour race or a tri-track or an open race, they know that Matt Hirschman is a gentleman that knows how to save tires. Another good battle shaping up is Eric Goodale, car 58. The GF Roofing red car. Watch it come in to the left of your screen. Hunting down the 34 car. Side by side, Dave Zapienza. The KGM number 36. He loses 2 positions. And now Williams puts the Empower number 50 up a spot. Remember, earlier that 50 car was stuck in the upper lane. Once he got back to the bottom, he's been able to get good forward right and be able to maintain his place. But the brand new leader, second leader of the event, it is car number 60, Matt Hirschman, with a time of 13.416. Justin Bonsignore's best time, a 13.588. Melissa Fifield, upper groove. The BD Motorsports, another car picking up some help from the Florida connection. Greg Narducci in memory of his wife, Vanetta Narducci. And now keep your eyes on the car that has emerged in the 3rd spot. Car number 16, silver and black number 16 machine. The Blue Mountain machine car for Ronnie Silk. Bill Moran said he set this race car up to be strong in the first half of the event because he felt that would be their advantage to get to the front and pull away from the field. And there's Doug Colby, the big dog in the Stewart's Automotive race car. Black number 7 New York. A car that memorializes the late, great Tom Baldwin Sr. And directly behind him, we told you, is that 22 car of Kyle Bonsignore. Here's a bid. Left of your screen, keep your eyes on the 51. It appears that Hirschman comes off the turn very strong, but watch on entry down to the inside. Here comes Ronnie Silk. Gets a wheel down under. There's an old saying that is, they run closer than most people park. Just witness that exact sample. And what about the crossover? And while that is happening, Doug Colby shuffles Justin Bonsignore from 51 back to the 4th position. Hirschman continues to set a blistering pace. Trouble now. We've got car number 50 around. He gets it fired back up. Ronnie Williams, the all-town Empower financial room machine, loses several positions on the racetrack. Who are among the movers and shakers that have picked up the most ground? Car number 82 with definitely go in that category. That is Craig Lutz. Started 11, now at the bottom of the top 7. Yesterday, in practice, everybody was quite surprised about the consistency of the top 3 cars in their practice times. Matt Hirschman said he wasn't going to run all of the events, but he was going to run as many as his big money match schedule would permit. Car 60, black automobile. It's not a conventional car like the newer models, but it is a product that him and his dad, his brother and his family believes in. The former champion of the Tri-Track Series. Wherever car 60 shows up, everybody is aware of the fact that Hirschman is not only able to get the job done, but he is smoother than glass. The margin between first, second, and third, with 37 complete in the duel at the Dog. Ronnie Silk. Imagine this, for those of you watching on Flow Racing. Silk's crew chief, Phil Moran, was the crew chief on the driver, Doug Colby, the 6-time champion. During the off-season, the combination changed, and now Silk is a factor, but so isn't Doug Colby. Now here is Eric Goodale. Red number 58, GAFs. He's using those rumble sticks. Those blue and white. On the bottom of the racetrack. And he is glued to the back bumper of the Lutz number 82 car. Now the next, little contact there, right front. Rubbing the back bumper of car number 82. Now, next Saturday, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour moves to Riverhead Raceway. And that move that you just saw Eric Goodale with car 58 put on Craig Lutz is why Eric Goodale will be a strong competitor in search of the Riverhead victory 1 week from Saturday. Side by side. There it is, leader number 3, 45 laps in. Car number 16, out in front. That, of course, is Norwalk, Connecticut driver, Blue Mountain Machine and Future Homes car, driven by Ronnie Silk. Silk continuing to set the pace. Difference between first and second. 2-8-4. Here comes Doug Colby. Colby muscles his way to the inside. Black number 7, New York. The Stewart's Automotive Machine moves into second. Doug Colby is not done yet. Justin Bonsignor back and forth. Kyle Bonsignor in 5th. Sammy Remo in 6th, Eric Goodale up to 7th. Greg Lutz is 8th. Austin Mears, the first rookie, in 9th. Car 64, and Tommy Catalano in 10th. Matt Hirschman running in the tire tracks of Justin Bonsignor. Very impressive run here. And look, here comes goes around the lap traffic. Goodale tries to make it 3 wide. Red and white number 58. Ramo guards the outside lane. Believing that his spotter is telling him where, how far, and what lane. But Goodale is not able to make the transition there. 57 now complete. In the duel at the dome. Good battle right there at the bottom of your screen. Tommy Camerano, car 54, red car, working its way into the top 10. The 54 currently running in the 10th position, challenging the orange 82 of Lux. Tommy Camerano up to 9th now, car 54. And there it is, picture perfect at the front of the field. As now, car number 60 tries to get back and even with Justin Bonsignore. It just doesn't happen this time by. Goodale using those rumble sticks. They say the quickest way around in 3 and 4 is to put the left foot on that yellow line. And Goodale is doing just that. Goodale continues in a heated battle. But it is 63 laps complete. Here comes car number 64. The Ron Newhouse prepared white automobile to the right of your screen. This is a youngster from Northampton, Pennsylvania. Lives down the street from the Hirschman family. His dad was a standout of the little modified tour, driving their son, owners as the Whelen family. As now Austin Beers has found a home in the 7th position, car number 64. Once Goodale was able to get around Sammy Ramo, he's now trying to get back by. But Eric Goodale keeps the car on the bottom in the turns. And remember, no 2 turns are the same on this very unique racetrack. Sam Ramo, right behind him, number 06, the Denison machine. And directly behind that car is the 64 of Austin Beers. Catalano is next in the shuffle there. Back up front, leader coming up on lap traffic. You don't see this happen every day. But John McKennedy in the Middlesex 79 is about to go down a lap if Ronnie Silk can get around him and the 36 car. Move up top. John McKennedy knows the heat is on. Car 36. Dave Sapienza. He's got a spin. Car number 07. First caution of the event, lap number 73. Keep your eyes on the entrance to the paddock area in turn number 1. Will there be any takers? Covering the action in our paddock area is Jesse Punch. Field under caution. 74 shines up on the board. 3 different leaders so far. Car number 16 in command, Ronnie Silk, the Blue Mountain Machine, Future Homes. the story earlier that the winners this season, Matt Hirschman at New Smyrna on the Whelen Modified Tour, Richmond, Justin Bonsignore, Riverhead Raceway took over the ride from Jimmy Blewett, who had family commitments. Doug Colby won at Riverhead, came back to win at Lee USA, and Michael Christopher, all driving 7 New York race cars. Field is doubled up 2 by 2. Leader has the option. Those of you watching on Flow Television, here we go, down into the paddock area. 82 of Lutz is in. 07, Patrick Emmerling. Brian Roby, the number 25, and the 71 car. Let's go back down to Jesse Punch. Great shot. What's going on? There's the number 82 machine. The Danny Watts race car. Take note, the front end of the machine, the sheet metal is folded. That might result in some temperature issues later. Lutz was making some very impressive ground with that car before the caution. This afternoon's JDV Productions event. And it looks like we've got some more takers. Nope, car number 18 decides to stay out. Patrick Emmerling in Jan Leedy's race car. This young man doing some testing at the upper level of NASCAR in a family-owned and operated team. Here they come. Silk on the inside, almost 3 wide. Bottom of the racetrack. Doug Colby gets shuffled high. Here comes Justin Bonsignore, the Phoenix number 51. Series champion. But never count out Doug Colby. He's got 6 of those titles to his honor. Car number 7, New York. Further back, Tommy Caruana in a side-by-side battle. A little action now. Hirschman moved back up to the top 3. Black number 60. And Caruana further back in the field. That's for the 8th and 7th position. The 64 has moved in to the 7th spot. Catalano continues to be stuck in the outside lane. Kyle Bonsignore is there. Let's go back to the front of the field. And there we see car number 3. Haven't talked much about Jake Johnson. He is new on the scene, but he is a very impressive new talent. At Lee USA, his name became a household word. And speaking of household words, Silk, Bonsignore, Hirschman, Colby, and Udale. If you're a fan of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, and you should be, you know what those competitors are among the most popular, talented drivers in open wheel modified racing. There's the Jake Johnson number 3 car again. Nobody is really running away with 88 laps complete. Tommy Catalano spun in practice. The rear end broke in the car with the number 54. They had it back for time trials, then the rain changed all of that. Now Tommy Catalano is what I would refer to as a closer. The FX Capara car is very strong. The Catalano family, just about everybody in the family races or has at one brother. Mom is a great racer in her own right. The brothers and Dad have all been there and done that. As Tommy Catalano continues to try to reel him in. Let's go back up to the front of the field. Ronnie Silk's lead with car number 16. He is pulling away by about 2 car lengths. 0.579. That's a pretty good lead. Perhaps the biggest lead we have seen in the first 93 laps. We are just 7 laps shy of the halfway marker. The number of lead changes have been 3. And Doug Covey, 7 New York, continues to apply the pressure to Justin Bonsignor in that Phoenix number 51, the Kent Massey car. Goodale rounds out the top 5 with the GAF number 58. And now, little different situation happening here as they come up on lap traffic. The number 26 car of Gary McDonald, the lapped automobile on the bottom of the screen. And as he gets shuffled further back, our leader continues to expand his lead. The margin between first and second is now .734. And as they cross the stripe, halfway down and halfway to go, Sam Ramo is really in a great battle with the number 58 of Goodale. The white car, the black car with the white numeral is the car that Jimmy Blewett was scheduled to drive, but due to a family commitment for Father's Day, that black number 1 was taken over today by Michael Christopher. And there it is. Michael Christopher, a standout, part of the legendary Christopher family. His dad, a multiple champion, and of course, by far one of the best in the business, his uncle Ted Christopher. And Michael is a chip off the old block. Car number 1, currently shown 1 spot out of the top 10 in the 11th position. Jake Johnson, the 3, to the right of your screen, is now emerged in the 10th spot. Good battle for 9th and 10th. Car 71, that's the Pritchard machine. Had a pretty solid run the last time he was out of the Whelen Modified Tour. Let's go further back in the field for the 12th and 13th position. Car number 34 and 50. 34, J.B. Fortin. And directly behind Fortin is Ronnie Williams, car number 50. The Empower Financial car. The Always machine, remember, Silk was into the top 7 when he spun off the bottom of turn number 4. He then gathered it back and kept going. No caution came out. Look at Hirschman threading the needle. Car 60. Matt Hirschman is picking up the pace. A second place car. Little further back in the field, car 47, Jacob Perry in the 14th position. That's Jack Bateman's car, the founder of the Modified Racing Series. Red, white, blue, 47 to the right of your screen. Directly in front of him is Ronnie Williams. A Perry car had a power steering problem before the start of this event. Meanwhile, 115 laps are now complete. You're looking at the battle for the 13th and 14th position. Williams in the 50 is 13th, and Jacob Perry, the 47, the Jack's Competition Engines car, behind him. John McKennedy, white and black car, top of your screen. McKennedy's Middlesex machine has not been up to par with a very talented driver. And you can see how he's struggling. The car's going to push right in the center of the turn. He can't get back on the throttle. Here's the leader, about to put Craig Lutz down a lap. And there he is, silver neon numeral number 26 car. Blue Mountain Machine, Future Homes. Ronnie Silk, another graduate, came up through the ranks, related to the legendary Randy LaJoy family. Came up from the SK Modifieds at the Stafford Motor Speedway. There's so many of these talented and versatile drivers come from. The margin between first and second is now 1.239. 1.239. Trouble. Car 78 goes spinning to the inside of the front straightaway. Walter Sutcliffe Jr., the independent runner with the Monte Carlo. And it appears that we're still under green as the East Haven, Connecticut driver. Caution flag comes out. Caution number 2. Now this is going to be a crucial caution. Watch what happens when pit road is opened up. Who will be a driver that visits, does a chassis adjustment, or a tire situation that could happen? Sutcliffe's machine brought out the caution. 126 now up on the board. There's a shot of the individual, the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour official. We just saw it a minute ago with the red flag. There it is. Now, when that changes and goes to green, the complexion of the event for pit road action will suddenly change. Sutcliffe's car still not able to fire up. So once the commanding lead held by Ronnie Silk, and there's the cars pulling up to the outside. All eyes are on who will make the move. The green flag is out there. There it is. Pit road is open. John McKennedy, who was literally praying for this caution. Patrick Eberling is in. Number 18 car is in of Ken Heggie. And the final car in of that group, Kyle Bonsignore. Great shot of the paddock area a second ago. And we'll try to go back and take a look at what's going on in the paddock area and see if we can spot the Whelen Communications trailer. These cars, there we are with the number 18 car, Ken Heggie. Little adjustment in the wedge. Charles Lewandowski sells parts in the South. He was a kid that was on the microphone as a PA announcer at the Stafford Motor Speedway when he was a youngster. Now calls his home in Charlotte. Patrick Emmerling, Jan Leedy, has made a chassis adjustments. You know, the racing surface on this racetrack is 50 years old. And it's a very racy racetrack. As we said before, no two turns are the exact same. And the quickest way around is you have to keep that left front on that bold yellow line to the right of your screen. Those of you watching on Flow TV. The freeway, Tire Pros machine, car 71. James Pritchard Jr. Okay, we're going to try it again. Our cameras will shift back to the front of the field. Row number 1, car number 16, Ronnie Still. Outside, the number 60, Matt Hirschman. Row number 2, Justin Bonsignor and Doug Colby. Here they come. They fire them up. Look at Eric Goodale. Back in the 4th spot. Back to the front. Matt Hirschman slips up the racetrack a bit. That leaves the door open. Here comes car 51. Justin Bonsignor, but what a move by Matt Hirschman. Stood on the throttle, went from the outside to the inside. 134 laps are in the books. Doug Colby, car 7, New York. To the right, now to the left of your screen. Colby's car, after the last caution, has loosened up. Meanwhile, Eric Goodale, the 58, sitting back at the bottom of the top 5. Ron Silk continues. Going 4-2-1. Remember, before that last caution, that margin was considerably larger. Let's go back and look what's happening as car 58, Eric Goodale, is in the 5th spot, holding off the 64 of Austin Beers in position number 6. 7th position, Tommy Catalano, the 54. And now in the 8th position, Sammy Ramo. Jake Johnson is 9th, the bowler 3, and Jamie Ford, the number 34, rounds out the top 10. Christopher, black number 1 car, is in a battle with the 22 of Kyle Bonsignor. Sam Ramo right there. That 06 car as well. Approaching the 3/4 mark event in JDV's production of the Duel at the Dome. 200 circuits. John McKennedy, 79 car, the Middlesex car. The 51 of Bonsignor. McKennedy's car has been extremely difficult for him to drive with a severe push. Here comes Doug Colby off turn 4 to the inside of John good shot of that 79 car. When he goes into the turn, he cuts the wheels. And that car has the best definition of a severe push you could ever see. Back up front, car 16, Ronnie Silk. .224. Justin Bonsignor. Back in third, trying to close up the gap. Matt Hirschman. Remember how he got around Bonsignor with that 60 car? He went from the high side to the inside. There's the Jake Johnson number 3 car. The Propane Plus late trucking car. 50 laps to go on a quarter-mile racetrack. Traffic is intense, to say the least. But Ron Silk continues to dominate the racing action in the Blue Mountain Machine Future Homes car. Leader, car 16, coming up on lap traffic off turn 4. The lapped automobile is car number 18 for Ken Heggie. Heggie gives way. Leader Silk comes up on Patrick Emmerling. About to put him down. Let's go back to the front of the field because that's where the action is. Silk goes to the inside. Here comes Matt Hirschman. 3 wide. Matt Hirschman. Lapped automobile, McDonald. Deep into turn number 3. Hirschman by a horn. But Silk continues to dig and dig high. Low side. Crossover. Can't do it. Here comes again the challenge. Silk looks to the outside. But it is Matt Hirschman. 157 of 200. A little further back in the field. Austin Pierce, a little bit sideways with car 64. 54, Tommy Catalano. That's the battle for 7th, 8th, and 9th position. Continuing to lead the parade. Car number 60. Coming up on Brian Roby, former New Hampshire state champion. Car 25, the former Calvin Carroll race car. Hirschman, next target, becomes the 36 of Dave Sapienza. Wow. Here comes Hirschman. That was just the break that Ronnie Silk was looking for. Matt Hirschman threw the whole race car down underneath the yellow line coming off turn number 4. And for every move, there is a counter move by Ron Silk. Let's follow the 60 and the 16 car. Lap traffic. 34, J.B. Ford. Hirschman, black number 60. And Ron Silk, silver. Leon Newell, number 16. Once Hirschman gets some clear track, he's able to expand that lead. And now, Matt Hirschman and Silk go around John McKennedy. Trouble now. Car 71 spins off turn number 2. James Pritchard Jr. 168 up on the board. The Freeway Tire Pros car. And will this change the entire complexion of the duel at the Dog 200? And there is the Pritchard car fired back up. We'll bring our camera down and see and watch when pit road opens, and we'll see if there are any takers in that situation. Here's another look at what happened here. Replay. Pritchard tapped to the bumper. Fortin just came up on him quick. Not an intentional situation by any stretch of the imagination. And there's the car with the yellow rookie stripe on the back bumper that brought out the caution. $169 and counting. 170 just clicked off. We'll go back up and take a look at our lead car, car number 60, Matt Hirschman. And it looks like we're going to have some takers to head down on pit road. And it appears that the Danny Watts race car for Craig Lutz has been in and out of pit road on several occasions. And the 22 of Kyle Bonsignore are looking like they're heading to the outside. There's that green. And that means that we've got two cars in. And we're literally riding with them in the paddock area. They'll take a left. There's where the teams for the Whelen Modified Tour, and there beneath the Hoosier Racing Tires truck is the other group of cars. Lutz has stopped. Bonsignore. Does not appear that any major adjustments, no tires, just a check of things, maybe a little tire pressure and some wedge adjustments. They make it back out in front of the lead pack of cars. We'll set the field for you. In this, the duel at the Dog. Lucky Dog, speaking of that, is going to be the number 34 of J.B. Fortin. There's the 82. Back out. No surprises here. Matt Hirschman on the inside of the front row. Car number 60 to the outside. The Blue Mountain Machine, number 16 of Ronnie Silk. Row 2 to the inside. 51, Justin Bonsignore. And then Doug Kobe. This is not over with yet. Bonsignore really lose that time, but gathered it back. The true pro that he is, car 51. Sam Ramo. He's also there. We've got another caution coming out. Bottom between turns 3 and 4. And that is car number 26, second caution for Gary McDonald. The Lakeland Landscape TRC electric car. And he is able to get it fired back up. Now remember, on that last restart, for those of you watching on Flow, you saw the situation where Justin Bonsignore got on the gas, the back end got loosed, he kind of spun the tires, and when he did, he ended up losing some precious ground. And when you're a champion, you never make the same mistake twice. Kobe, car number 7, New York, in the 4th spot. Sammy Ramos had a great day all afternoon in the top 5. Eric Goodale is 6. Austin Beers, the 64, is 7. And it looks like car number 1, which is Michael Christopher. As we said before, that's the John Beluit Incorporated car. Jimmy Beluit was scheduled to drive it, but due to a family commitment on Father's Day Sunday, he was unable to do so. Jimmy Beluit, better known as Showtime. And this is your lucky dog situation. $178. And there, Michael Christopher Jr. goes around. We're going to focus our cameras on those top 6 cars when they go back to green. If anybody spins or rings the tires, it could be very costly on this one. This time, Justin Monsignor, textbook run. Oh, trouble. Austin Beers, the 64 and the 58 came together. Of Eric Goodale. 181. Meanwhile, a little further back in the field, we've got a side-by-side battle. Jacob Perry, the 47, and the number 50. The Empower Group car. Here comes Colby, but look at Sammy Ramo. Car 06. Denison Lubricants. Howell Stone and Gravel. Great run for Sammy Ramo. He's won here before in Monadnock. You can see some damage done to the back end of that race car, but that is not slowing it down a bit. It looks like, and yes, we're checking, 0.385. Bonsignor is closing up the gap. But the 60 is about to come up on John McKennedy again. Lapped automobile with that evil race car. And here comes Hirschman. Makes it by. So does Bonsignor. John McKennedy giving the leaders the opportunity. He knows he's got a car that has a handling problem. Oh, trouble. Ford got crossed up, car 34 in turn 2. He's back and okay. 10 laps and counting down. The duel at the door. Presented by JDV Productions. As it appears that our leader, Matt Hirschman, is now stringing it up. Hirschman comes up on the number 18 of Ken Heggie. Bonsignor closing up the gap. But will time run out? Next time by, 5 laps to go. There's the high 5. Bonsignor is within striking distance. But remember, smooth can be. But look out. Here comes Bonsignor. Lapped car. J.B. Thornton goes up the racetrack. And Justin Bonsignor takes advantage of a lapped automobile in perhaps what was the best and most impressive move of the event. White flag is out. Let's ride with our leader, the Phoenix, Ken Massey. Ryan Stone prepared number 51. Justin Bonsignor will take down the victory. Matt Hirschman, unofficially, will finish in second. Car number 16, Ronnie Silk in third. Sammy Ramo, great run to finish in the fourth spot. Following Ramo will be the number 7 in position number 5 for Doug Colby over Eric Goodale, Jake Johnson, Austin Beers, Tommy Catalano, and Jacob Perry. A great run for the youngster to finish in the top 10. Well, they say it's never over with until the final turn of the final circuit and you cross that black and white line. Well, there is no question about it. JDV Productions put on a show loaded with fanfare. And there he is, Justin Bonsignor. Started the season leading the event at New Smyrna Speedway when a mechanical problem took him out of the event. They haven't had a lot of luck, but today, on Father's Day, Lady Luck and the sun will shine here for this prestigious event with over $90,000 on the line. There's the Sunoco Racing Fuel, the official fuel of the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour. And down in the winner's circle, Jesse Punch will be moving in just a moment, and we'll be meeting our top 3 drivers. And Justin Bonsignor will be getting out. Our attention is on him. Remember, the next stop on the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour is Riverhead Raceway next Saturday night. And Jesse, what an exciting event. As Jesse Punch is down there where the action is. Jesse?
Justin Bonsignor back in victory lane for the first time since Richmond earlier this season. A season that's been plagued with unfortunate luck in circumstances. The 3-time series champion is back here on top at Monadnock Speedway. All smiles in the front seat for Justin as he prepares to get out and celebrate this big win. Here comes the team running over. Huge win for this 51 team of Justin Bonsignor. It is a beautiful day here in Victory Lane at Monadnock Speedway. Justin Bonsignor is your winner. Justin, it has been quite a season of ups and downs for you guys, but here you are back in Victory Lane. Describe how good it feels to be back.
That's good, and I guess you'd rather be lucky than good any day. Matt had us beat there at the end. We were close. We were neck and neck, but, I don't know what's going on between those two guys, but I could kind of see it coming from a mile away and just got into 3, hooked the bottom, and just stood in the throttle for the first time all day. Good to get back. We had a good run today either way. I mean, we were second, third place car all day long. That's what you got to do to win these races, to keep yourself in position. And, fortunate enough today to pull it off. Just want to thank Phoenix Communications, Mark and Marie Langevin, Clearcom IT Solutions. A little cold for that today. Fury Race Cars, Robert Yates Engines, M3 Technologies, Ken and Janine Massa, the whole team led by Ryan Stone. Just a really good way to bounce back as we've been struggling here the last few weeks. So I was just happy to finish on the lead lap, and sure enough, we won.
Justin, congratulations on the win. Another rain shower for you this weekend.
Yeah, that's 2. I guess I got to go home and shower.
Justin Bonsignor, your winner here at Monadnock Speedway.
Rick Vance, not entertaining. What a finish. And put your hands together. Make some major noise here on Father's Day for your winner, your champion of the Duel of the Dog, Justin Bonsignor. Justin, incredible race, back and forth. Take me through those last few laps.
Yeah, I could kind of see that something was brewing. I had heard some rumblings that those guys were not happy with each other, and it's unfortunate that it ended that way. Matt did have us beat. We were real close there at the end. Track position is so tough, and he's one of the best. I knew I wasn't going to get by him without having to do something I didn't want to do. And we're just content to run second because we've been really struggling the last bunch of weeks. This is the first time I'm doing an elite lap, and who knows? I think since Richmond. So, but you got to be lucky some days, and I'd rather be lucky than good. So. Can't thank everybody enough on my team, Brian Stone, the whole crew, Kennedy, Massa, Phoenix Communications, the MIT Solutions, Robert Yates Engines, Fury Race Cars. All the fans for coming back today on Father's Day. We really appreciate you guys coming here. We tend to race here on Sundays a lot more than we do on Saturday nights on the tour. So, love coming here, love this place. Want to thank NASCAR, Flow Race, and GDV, Josh, and everybody for putting this race on. And we're finally on ourselves.
Justin Bonsignor, the winner of the champion of Duel of the Dog, and check out this trophy.
I think my dog's going to freak out when he sees this when we get home tonight.
Justin Bonsignor, the champion of the Duel at the Dogs. And as soon as TV wraps up with our second place driver, Matt Hirschman, we'll check in with him. And what's been a dramatic event. Race fans, we are not done this afternoon as we will continue with some more local divisions. So if you're choosing to part with us here this afternoon, thank you so much for.
They had no reason to be mad at you because the contact was between the car behind me, and then he thinks I cost him that race when the car that spun to bring the caution out when he might have had a chance to win is the guy he just helped win the race. So shows how smart he is. So I mean, it's just.
Because we changed the plans a couple of different times, obviously due to Mother Nature. And what a weekend weather-wise it has been. We had humidity on Friday afternoon. Who thought it was going to be on? Absolutely nobody, not even the weather forecasters. And here we are today on what started out as a day that felt like it was September. But a very dramatic day of racing. Justin Bonsignor of the Duel at the Dog. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go over here and talk to second place runner. The man who had such an outstanding run, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for a second place finisher, Matt. Matt, an interesting race, very fast race car. Take me through those last few laps.
Yeah, I mean, we had a good race. The team did a great job, and good hard racing up front. It was, Sil, Bonsignor, Kobe there. It was just, we were able to get to the lead. Everybody, I'm sure, was, struggling for grip at the end, and,
Ron Silk, third place here today. Ron, a bit of a shake-up there in those final laps. From your perspective, what happened out there on the track?
The 34 car just ran the leader all over the track. It looked like it was intentional. Didn't really affect my finish. I finished where I should have, third at the end. Had a great car the whole race and just kind of ran out of grip with, I would say 20 laps to go. It started to fall off, but good effort, led a lot of laps, and contended. That's all you can do.
Another top 10 finish for you guys this weekend. That makes top 10 in every run so far this season. That consistency is what's kept you on top of the point standings. Are you confident you can keep up that consistency?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, you never know when you're going to have some sort of trouble, wreck or part failure or something, but we'll just keep doing what we're doing. We need to be up here racing for the lead and top threes and do that enough, and we'll get our share of the wins.
Still looking for that first win this season. Where are you confident, or what track, I should say, are you most confident that could come?
I'm pretty confident going into all of them. I think with the team we have and the equipment we have that we could knock one off here anywhere. So looking forward to getting to the next one.
It's Ron Silk, third place.
Well, we just witnessed an incredible round of competition as JDV Associates presented the Duel at the Dog. Those of you that are watching on Flow Racing, we've been coming to you live from the high banks of Monadnock. There's the trophies that tell the story. Great food, great entertainment. Father's Day Sunday, Doug Colby. And, of course, Justin Bonsignor. Only one driver. Early spins, Fifield, Williams, Heggie in the pits. But when it came to the final laps of competition, it was a lot of action in the middle of the pack. White flag, followed by the checker. Justin Bonsignor is back in winning form for the Duel at the Dog. I'm Ben Dodge. We'll look forward to seeing